Hello, friends of YouTube.
Oh, botched-o!
I know it has been quite a while. I've been putting myself off from editing and recording and just bringing the content forward. Main explanation, I burnt myself out from editing and recording videos when I had to do a personal family project and got a bit off a lot and just exhausted myself so quickly from editing. But I'm here, I'm back, I want to get these videos made, I want to get these videos out, and I have to edit, I have to record, because that's how I have to make videos. And over the past weekend, the previous weekend, I already forgot the date, let me look this up and then I'll just splice it in. For the weekend of July 23rd, there have been a few movies that came out, all of which I want to put into one video instead of 3 individual to save myself a lot of time. Those movies include The Gray Man, Nope, and Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. I saw all of these over the past few weeks. Gray Man came out a week early in theaters, so I've had plenty of time to sit and marinate about that one. And then Nope and Marcel over that following weekend. So first, I find it appropriate to talk about The Gray Man. Now, The Gray Man is the latest flick directed by the Russo brothers post their sting of Marvel movies, and I just want to bring attention to the shocking and breaking revelation, the important news. The Russo brothers think that you're an elitist, you're an asshole, if you hold movie theaters as a special place to see movies. If you go and see a movie in a movie theater instead of online on Netflix in your couch, you're an asshole. You're an elitist. Fuck yourself, says the filmmakers behind the one movie to make $1 billion in 3 days. You're the elitist. You're the asshole, not them. My big takeaway from that with the two biggest directors, they're not even the biggest directors, fuck off, the directors behind some of the biggest fucking Marvel movies ever, calling me an elitist for wanting to sit in a dark room to enjoy an action movie properly on a big loud screen. I'm not the elitist. They're the elitist for being the big fucking Hollywood directors. Tangent over. Anyway, not over. And as payback for this transgression on my enjoyable way to watch a movie, I'm gonna see every fucking Russo Brothers movie in a fucking theater. Gray Man 2, whenever that comes out, I'm sitting my ass in a fucking theater to see that shit. I don't care. Fuck off. Was The Gray Man even worth it? No. The basic plot is that it is a kind of spy action, globe-trotting movie starring the Goose Ryan Gosling opposite Chris Evans stealing my look. And let me tell you, this movie cost $200 million and it doesn't fucking show at all. Where did half that budget go? Because I know Chris Evans, I'm sure, signed on pretty willingly to work on this film, given that, he's buddies with the Russos. Ryan Gosling is not known for being one of those high-budget, in-demand guys like Tom Cruise or anybody above that caliber. And the effects definitely didn't show for that kind of budget, let me tell you. It is just kind of bizarre seeing that this movie cost so much money, and it looks like that. It looks kind of like dog doo-doo during like the big set pieces. Regardless, the Goose and Evans, I do think, give a good job playing kind of themselves. Specifically, Ryan Gosling, he still plays himself, especially in the way things happen to him. He does a lot of just like grunts and just sighs that fit a character Ryan Gosling would play. I think he did just fine in the movie, just serviceable. Chris Evans, I thought, definitely was having a lot of fun hamming it up, having that goofy-ass mustache. And now we have an answer to why he's had that for the past, 2 years. It's to play a guy named Lloyd. Shout out to Lloyd, all the Lloyds out there. He was just fine. He, again, was having a shit ton of fun being the bad guy for once. But that's the extent of those two, I think. Ana de Armas is also in this movie, and she is just fine. She is Ana de Armas. I still think she's great when she has a good script to go off of, but I feel like she doesn't have nearly enough to do. Billy Bob Thornton is also in this movie, I guess. I didn't realize it was him, so good job, Billy Bob Thornton, for putting in quite the backdrop of a performance, I guess. Actors aside, I thought the movie itself was also fairly boring for the most part. There are so many phone calls in this movie, so many threatening phone calls about just where this asshole is. Who are you? I'm gonna come and I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna beat you up. You're evil and I'm coming for you. I'm evil and I'm coming for you. And then we get a title card for a new location. I'll give the Russo brothers this. They put an end to the little digital text at the bottom corner of the screen, just like, bloop. Can I actually, like, bloop, of location, that shitty camcorder, I don't even know what kind of font to call it. You know the one, though, where it's in every action movie of the 2000s. Just, bloop. And then there you go. The Russo brothers like having fun with that, where it's just big and in the middle. That's kind of the opposite way to go, I guess. The editing was not as dogshit as I thought. I think the Russo brothers are terrible at editing action, as evident in Hot Take, the Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I think that movie is horribly edited. Same with some moments in the other movies they've made, the other Avenger movies. It's almost comical how bad it is. But here, it was a lot more well-contained. Yeah, some of them is definitely still kind of shaky and all over the place, but other times it is still clean, and I can still tell what's happening. The only other positives I have, the relationship between Ryan Gosling and the girl actress, I thought was the most well-established part of the movie. It wasn't anything, like, super special, but it worked. There was a lot of, like, humor and as much believability as you can with how much they kind of go into it. I wish they went into it a little bit more. There's some moments where we see, like, a flashback that Ryan Gosling is having, and instead of seeing what we're seeing, like character backstory, childhood trauma, whatever, I wish we could have seen more of that relationship being developed. Other than that, Chris Evans still hamming it up, Ryan Gosling still being cool. That's all the nice things I have to say. The rest of the movie is fairly boring, standard action, just not even like over the top schlock, and just feels like it's taking itself too seriously. I feel like the Russo brothers just don't know how to direct a movie without somebody else telling them what to do. You know, I think the Russo brothers are great at directing a studio feature for a big company with lots of people telling them what they need to do. If they had like a Kevin Feige following them around for the rest of their careers, I think they could make better movies. But as it stands, the Russo brothers themselves, I don't think make good movies. At the end of the night, I still think there is some stuff to be had about the Gray Man. It's Ryan Gosling. That's all you need. If that's enough to get your butt in the seat, then there you go. It's on Netflix. Otherwise, it is just pretty meh and mediocre. If I were to describe it as a color, I would say gray. Overall, yeah, The Gray Man, 4 out of 10. Just really doesn't do anything for me. That's all I can say. Next, movie. Jordan Peele's Nope came out finally after years of anticipation. Jordan Peele's Nope, starring Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, Stephen Yeun, and Brandon Pereira as the main leads, as well as Michael Wincott and Keith David. I think Nope was fantastic. It was such a fucking good movie. If Top Gun Maverick didn't release at the beginning of the summer season, I think this would have been the best summer movie to come out. It definitely fits every facet I look for in a great summer movie. It is just the first great summer movie we have had. I know Top Gun came out this year also, and that counts as a summer movie, but I feel like Top Gun can also be released at any point in the year. I don't see Nope fitting into any other seasonal slot than this. Jordan Peele continues to direct the shit out of these movies with great humor, incredible heart, and just masterful layering of themes, and just scratching that itch I've had for some good alien content. I love aliens and shit, and this just fit the fucking bill for me. Bringing it right back around to the performers of the movie, specifically Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer, I thought were great as a duo together. Those two just going back and forth with each other definitely made their brother-sister relationship one of the best established relationships out of the year so far. Brandon Pereira was fantastic and funny in his supporting role as the IT guy. Stephen Yeun was also just awesome to watch. I think he is having quite the renaissance since he was able to leave The Walking Dead. And I think he's showing himself to be more than just Glenn from The Walking Dead. I don't see him as Glenn anymore. I see him as fucking Stephen Yeun from Minari and stuff. Michael Wincott is great and ambiguous as the cinematographer, looking for just creating cinematic perfection, which I loved. And Keith David, I also thought was great whenever he was on screen. The themes of the movie, I also think, are all over to be dissected. There's so many things you can like pick apart and take away from this movie. From I've heard people talk about like dealing with like loss and trying to figure out what the fuck that's all about. Animal abuse in the industry and just the mistreatment of, African Americans in the industry and just people in the industry in general. Just the mistreatment of kind of the actual people doing some of the heavy lifting like behind the scenes. There is like plenty to pick apart, and even if you don't pick up on it right away, I think Jordan Peele does a great job of like adding to the movie to help kind of explain at least some of his ideas. I think like there's not a lot I can even like really talk about with going into spoilers, so I'm gonna like wrap things up mainly specifically with just the alien stuff, which I thought was again just fan-fucking-tastic. That shit was so good. It's thrilling, it's entertaining, and it's just fucking fun as hell, and it's scary as hell too. It is just such an enjoyable fucking movie. It is just a blast to watch. I think to further really talk about this movie, I think I need to go into spoilers, but these Jordan Peele movies tend to do very well at the box office opening week. So if you're gonna keep watching, cool. If you just want me to say the number, go right here. Skip to right here. Going back to some of the themes, I do want to talk about glaring themes of just animal mistreatment and animal exploitation in the industry, and I think that shines a lot more clearly and obviously through the chimp side story. Early on, the first opening shot we see is of the chimp after he just massacred that set and horrifically injured a lot of the people involved, leading to Stephen Yeun's character's early childhood traumas. And then we hard cut to him kind of like relishing in that trauma Good on him, kind of fucked up though. So we see a lot of like the exploitation of that through that side plot, as well as the main meat and potatoes of the movie with Kiki Palmer and Daniel Kaluuya's characters trying to film this UFO, trying to exploit that for their own personal gain to save their ranch. Good reason to make a lot of money. Still exploitation. And there's just so many more things to like unpack there too. Again, with the trauma with Daniel Kaluuya losing his dad at the beginning of the movie, trying to figure out what happened to his dad because it is just so unexplainable. It is just so hard to wrap your head around, and that happens to everybody when you lose somebody so suddenly. You just need that concrete explanation sometimes, and I think that translates very well on the screen too. And you can pick this movie apart in so many other different ways too. And if you really want to find, I think it's Jake Paul. I don't know the difference between those two. Jake Paul's Twitter thread about why he didn't like the movie. And watch the movie first, then go to his Twitter thread. Because if you have any fucking clue about like movie themes and context clues, and just if you watch the movie, you can easily pick apart every fucking point he tries to make. It's so fun. It is, and the fucking alien too. The big reveal, the big twist. You already know going in, for the most part, that this movie's about aliens. It's about a UFO, and yeah, you know that going into it. But the big reveal is that the UFO is the alien. You know, the UFO is just a living beast. It is horrific. Seeing it abduct all these people and then just devouring them. It is fantastic. Just looks so good on the screen too. It looks really fucking good. You know, the final confrontation in the third act fucking rips. It is so good. Jake Paul shows up too as some dude trying to like get this footage for himself too, like the dude on the motorcycle. That's Jake Paul. Seeing this as an opportunity for him to exploit, for him to make the big bucks, for him to to take all the credit for his vlog. And it is just a fucking edgy, just thrilling third act. It is fantastic. I'll save some of the big surprises for when you audience actually see the movie. I don't know why I'm saying this. You saw the movie if you're looking at this, or at least I think you did. Nope was just a fantastic movie. I could not be happier with how this movie turned out. It is definitely sitting atop some of the best of the year so far. All in all, I will solidly and fucking happily give Nope a 9 out of 10. I think it is fan-fucking-tastic. Next movie is Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. Directed by Dean Fleischer Camp and starring Jenny Slate behind the mic as Marcel the Shell. What the fuck can I say about this movie that I cannot summarize in some of the best fucking Letterboxd reviews I will read this year? I'm gonna throw a lot of them up, because if you see this fucking movie and you just want to have a fucking pleasant night, go to Letterboxd, read some of these people's thoughts, because some of them are just fucking great. It's fucking hilarious. What the fuck is his name? Karsten Rundquist. The famous, the YouTuber one, 5 stars, 10 out of 10. Are you fucking kidding me? 24 frames of Nick, 10 out of 10. Maybe I'll just fucking kill myself. Megan, 8 out of 10. Marcel is, and I cannot stress this enough, just a little guy. AJ Ford, 10 out of 10. Go fuck yourself, Paddington. RJ Jones, How to Make Real Men Cry. 1. Guts theme. 2. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. 10 out of 10. And I think the best fucking one I think I'll ever see in summary of this movie is this emoji, this review right here. Those are just some of the fucking reviews I found to be the best, and I just cannot fucking agree with them more. To say anything negative about Marcel the Shell is honestly fucking evil, I think. This movie is just so fucking pleasant, so fucking enjoyable and happy and just heartwarming. The documentary style just makes you want to fucking find one of these bastards yourself. Marcel is just such a fucking fun, funny, enjoyable, heartwarming character to follow. As he just takes his little fucking steps across the fucking countertop. When I say I shit my pants seeing his walk cycle on the screen, I shit my pants, dude. That fucking walk cycle is perfect. And Jenny Slate's voice acting, I think, is fucking fantastic. It might be the best fucking vocal performance of the year. The movie is just so fucking funny, too. The way Marcel just interacts with the world around him as just a little dude, just going about this house, looking for his family. And it is just fucking pure joy. Pure joy in a little stop motion shell that I think everybody fucking needs to see if you want to be fucking happy for once. The past few years have been pretty fucked up. So much shit has been happening, especially these past few weeks. Everything's been fucking dire and up in the air. Marcel the Shell with shoes on is the fucking light of everything. It has just such a big fucking heart inside of the small fucking little 1-inch tall shell. And it is just such a fucking wonderful movie. The documentary style, I think, works tremendously. And it is just... I can't fucking describe this movie any other way. He is just a little guy. He is just a little guy who wants to find his family so he and them can watch 60 Minutes. It is just the most fucking wholesome time you can have at a theater. Me and my girlfriend, we fucking loved it. My friend from work fucking loved it. It is just the best fucking time you can have right now. I know it's got a pretty fucking limited release, but seek this fucking movie out more than anything. Do yourself the favor. It is fucking worth it. The only one downside I can have is it takes a step away from the documentary style. It takes a step back from being a documentary about Marcel to actually film something outside of the documentary. But that is hardly an issue based on what's happening. And the animation is just so cute and so fantastic and so well done. The stop motion, fantastic. Seeing this little guy go through this empty house, this big environment, is just so impressive to watch. It's so impressive and it's so fucking fun to watch. But I think Marcel the Shell with shoes on is certainly one of the best movies to come out this year. It was everything I fucking wanted it to be when I first saw the fucking trailer. I knew I needed to fucking see this movie, and I knew I wanted to fucking love it, and I fucking loved it. It gets a great old 9 out of 10 out of me. Could be up to 10 out of 10 if I see it again. Thank you guys for watching. Go see Nope. Go see Marcel. You don't need to go see The Gray Man if you don't want to. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought about each of these movies. Tell me what you thought about all of these movies if you did see them. And tell me if you hate me or not. I'm sorry. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Those are my reviews for the week. I will keep you guys informed. Goodbye.